listening to the story about it. Okay. We're good? Alright, we're good there. Alright. Get some of the kinks worked out here before we get too far in. Alrighty. Okay, that one. Do some stuff on. Five a little big. I need 4. I won't get too many people coming on here this morning. Oh, we got one in. All right. Only took a minute and 30 this time. Hey, Diane. I think you're the first one in. Alrighty. So this morning I'm doing some working on holsters here. Wasn't gonna film, but then it snowed this morning. It was supposed to rain this morning, but it's snowing out there. We're supposed to get a couple inches at least. And my grandmother decided to stay home because it's pretty slick. I think it rained a little bit this morning before it snowed, so things is quiet. I'm gonna do a live here. And basically what I'm doing right now. Hey, Salvador. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? Right now what I'm doing is just cleaning up what I didn't get finished on the cutting the other day. So I'm doing small cutting. My shoulder says I can do that this morning. That one's good. This one I need to put aside so our old pieces get to it. Okay. And then the fun joy of putting straps in. Oops. Leather wasn't as tough as I thought it was going to be. Yes, ever imagine you're tired, especially if you're working a midnight shift. And then it gets really stiff. It's amazing on this leather how it goes, gets stiff parts in it. But anyway, things it's a weekday morning, Thursday morning. I don't expect we're going to get too many people on here, but people can come back in and watch after the fact. And so far we're only at 2. But you never know. Sometimes it takes an hour for everybody to start getting notified here. Like I said, weekday though, it's probably not going to have very many folks on here. Drop my punch. Where did it go? Yeah, I know it rolled. I just don't know where it rolled to.
On your left foot.
Oh, rolled off the carpet that way. Couldn't see it because it was blending in with the dark carpet. All right. That comes my least favorite part of doing this, which is, hang on, I'll cut it on this board. Cutting these dead gum straps. And when I cut them, I don't go all the way to that hole. I'll cut them until I get close, and then I'll turn around and go the other way. Otherwise, you come back and you always notch the other side of the hole. And I need to strap the blade. I actually probably need to take a stone to it. It's getting pretty dull. Three, one, two, three, one, two, one, and one. See if that helps it. All right, we got him in here. Todd B says, "Hey Duke, you need music playing or something?" Yeah, thought about that, but YouTube kind of gets uppity sometimes on that music stuff. And to be honest with you, music, I don't usually play music when I'm working on something. Music's something I play if I'm driving somewhere. Well, when I was up in South Dakota, I played music in the shop quite a bit. Usually when I'm doing this stuff, I'm listening to a podcast or I have a movie going in the background. My shoulders are already saying, no more, no more. We gotta get this done today. One slot done. I think I went off and left my knife sharpener up in Wyoming. Got online, I bought a 3-piece stone. And I figured it'd be a gimmick, but it actually works very well. I don't remember if I brought mine or not. Alright, there's a slot cut. Go over to that bench. Oh boy, I got a bunch of these I gotta do here. Man, Livo, I wished if I'd known the leather was as thick as it was in the middle where I cut this one out at, I would have taken and done my rifle scabbard. The thing was that was the nicest looking leather too. Oh, Dryball Jimmy brought me a stone. Let's see, 6,000 grit ought to be enough to redo that edge. Attach it up here. Yes, I just spit to lubricate it. It's usually plenty.
Rub your foam with your paddle sponge.
Somebody asked me how you tell that you're getting the edge sharp. And if you watch real close, it starts developing a little wire. then on the last pass, I actually do it forward. And that'll kind of get that wire rubbed off of there, and then I'll bring it over and just touch it on the on the strap. That's usually enough to last a while. I won't fold it up so I don't ding it. Alright, what we got here? Alright, got 11 bang bang in. Yarn, Windex, best thing to use for sharpening stone. What I use for my knife spit. It works too. Yeah. Yes, it do. Now I set down my punch. There it is. I don't know how far this is going to go through here. That whack was a little too much. Oh! Oh, we got Arizona Ghost Riders in. Victor Schultz is in. Hey, Santee, do you need a rifle scabbard for your new job out there? Got one. Oh, man, that is thick. Yeah, I should have used that for the rifle scabbard, but I didn't know if I was going to have enough. Yeah, Santee, I've managed to squeeze one in. Of course, then after I did that and cut that, somebody asked me if I could add a couple holsters for me. I wasn't able to get it in, but I'm going to have to order leather here probably as soon as I get some of these holsters out, get them paid for. I'm going to order another side of leather and start that next batch, and I might see if I can do a couple more of these rifle scabbards. This one is, the leather's got some blemishes in it, so I'm gonna keep it. It's gonna be my display piece. Well, the wind's coming up, the snow's starting to blow. I might have to go take a break, go put my doggies in. Oh, and the cat's being annoying. What are you doing? You better not try to jump up there and grab that. Okay, that one is done with a banging and a clanging and making a noise. Okay, now that I freshly sharpened this son of a gun, we'll see how it slices through this leather like butter. That didn't last very long. It's already getting stiff again. My poor shoulder can sure feel when it starts dragging. Oh, let's see. Sabater says, "What do you think on Colonel Dodge Irving when he mentions that Warriors made cartridge belts from buckskin?" I haven't read Dodge's accounts yet. I have those books on my wish list. It's just that those books are expensive. Um, but I would not be surprised, because the soldiers at that time were being encouraged to modify their field gear and do cartridge loops and such like that. Because the ammo boxes at that time just weren't that great for field use. They were perfectly fine for garrison duty, and that was a standard on garrison duty. If you was on garrison duty, you was carrying a loop system or a cartridge box of some kind. Uh, Earlier ones were the Dwyer, which I personally like that one. Wish I could find a really good reproduction of one. Or find the pattern so I can make my own. But anyway, yeah, they found out pretty quick that those don't work as good in the field, and so yeah, the Army Board encouraged the soldiers to go make them, and so that's when you start getting the guns with the cartridge loops, or the belts with the cartridge loops on them. Eventually, the Mills cartridge belt comes about from that. Captain Anson Mills of the 3rd Cavalry, who also played a pretty pivotal role in the Reynolds Reynolds fight. He was also at Slim Buttes. He was at the Rosebud campaign. He got to see most of the 76 campaign with Crook. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised on that Savitar. I've never seen one made out of buckskin. But I would not be surprised that they were made. Especially if you capture a modified belt off of a soldier. Then you just go make one on your own. Hey, we finally got up to about 10 people on here. Figured it'd take a little while. Alright. Oh, and yeah, I was going to show this one off. I'll finish it up here and then I'll show it off. So this is the one that I'm making for AR American. Just going to be a blank and it'll get the stitch screws put on it for him. Because he wanted to tool it himself and dye it himself so he could get it just right. So, but this is actually a 5.5 inch cross draw. And I thought about making a pattern for one of these, but I figured it'd be a real pain in the butt to do. And I finally sat down and made the pattern, and it took me a grand total of 30 seconds to have the pattern modified. Now, the thing of it is I don't know how good this pattern actually going to line up. But I think it's pretty darn close. There. But anyway, yeah, that's a cross draw pattern. So fold over and go through there and sit like normal. I can see where I screwed up on it already, but it'll set it at a bit of an angle. Yeah, I can see where it kind of messed up. I should have come back here a little bit more, but that's all right. It will work. Let it down when it folds over, and I think it'll work just fine. Actually, what I should have done is I should have moved it over just a hair, but it'll work. Might have to make one of those for me. Okay, that one goes with those. That goes with those. Ah, yes, 1911 holster. This one's for another YouTuber out there. Okay. Cyber says our Wild Indians is free on Google. I will have to look that up. AR says, ha! I haven't been at it all night. After I shut down the chat last night, I pretty much went home, went to bed. I actually slept really good last night. Um, so got up this morning. I thought, yep, snowing outside. Nobody's going to be coming over here for coffee. I doubt my dad comes out. So we'll do a live this morning. And I gotta take a Coke break. But yeah, it's still snowing out there. We was only supposed to get, 1/1500ths of an inch of rain. And if you hear something sound like thunder in the background, that's a cat trying to use a chair as a springboard to launch himself. I've heard a lot of people say that male cats are the best pet cats to have. One thing I noticed with male cats is you cut their balls off, neuter them. Their brains go with it. After that, they're idiots. Pains in the butts. My dad's little white cat's like that. Okay, I better stop and strop before I slip. All right. And the whatever time morning train is coming through. I remember when it used to be those things running like every 5 minutes. Sometimes the other one wasn't even out of town. Our town ain't very big, and the next one was right behind it. All right, should be getting down to the end here pretty quick. Ooh, let's see where I forgot to knock some corners off. Up from the ground came a bubbling green. Oh, well, that is. let's see. Okay, Sabater, that's where you got that one. Yeah. Found out that don't work very well. Ooh, excuse me. Thing was, I was gonna scrape deer heads this morning too. Oh, that snow out there. The idea of being wet cold is just not appealing. We're just about done. I got one more to do. Actually, it's that one that I might have screwed up on. Let's see here. You know what? I think I can get by with that. I think I can burnish that out when I get down to it after I bevel it. That one needs quite a bit bigger punch. Well, number 8's too big. See how number 7 goes. Yeah, that's pretty close. And there's that. Oofta. Alright, so this here's the belt loop, but I think it's going to go with this Walker holster. God, that leather was thick. So, this brings us closer to 10 ounce. I'm actually going to skive it a bit. And got the good old safety skiver. I may have to wind up wetting this to get it to work, but oh yeah, it's going to destroy that blade. So to hell with it, I'm not going to skive it right now. What I do want to do is I do want to start stitch grooving. So on this one, goes about right there. About right there. Let's see. And then on these bangs, this part will be up against the holster. I don't worry about edge bevel on it, so I go to about right there, and that's where I start my bevel. that thing all the way around there. And I'm not worried about the other side. Like I said, I'm going to skive that a little bit. So I'll set that aside. I don't want to kink these real hard and put a lot of pressure on them, because it's a good way to sometimes crack this leather, especially if it's dry. This isn't too bad. Oh, it's got some weird blemishes on it. I think it's must have been some bug bites. So yeah, that'll fold over nice. But yeah, I don't want to put a lot of pressure on it until I actually oil it, and then it'll get better. I just kind of want to get close to finding my stitch groove line. What I might do anyway is just stitch groove all the way around this, because it seems like it looks makes them look nicer when you do that. Alright, we'll start up here in this corner. Alright. And then when I got this here, I'm going to go ahead and bevel it in places that you ain't going to be able to bevel once it's sewn together. The only edge I don't bother beveling at the beginning is along a stitched edge, because you're going to be beveling that after you match them together and mate them up. But all the rest of the surfaces I'll go ahead and bevel. Ooh, excuse me. I'm not going to bother beveling the inside of that flap there, because I can easily get to that after I sew it. But I need to do the throat here. Probably about that much of the flap. And then I can do that after the fact. Alright, so these two go together. Then also too, something I do, and I'll probably do this here in a little bit, but I'll also write down the name of who gets this order. That way it's easier to keep track of, because when you get a bunch of holsters, sometimes that stuff is not easy to keep track of. Alright, I hate doing that beveling on these tight insides. I want to skip it on this one, because you ain't going to see that side anyway. I just realized with my pen mark, screwed up on that one. Oh yeah, I was going to trim this one down. Well, too late for that. Guess I can trim it down. That'll be fine. This one's got a few blemishes on the back, but I think the belt loop will cover that up. Oh yeah, belt loop will cover them two nasty spots up pretty good. Put my maker's mark in the middle of that. The other thing I gotta do this morning is I gotta cut belt loops. My shoulder is not enthused at that idea. That I kind of slid on. Oh boy, it really ain't gonna hurt nothing. Thought I had about 20 holes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then yeah, I got a stack of 4 or 5 over here I gotta finish. Actually, there's 15 underneath that stack. 15, yeah, about 20 some. And some folks that hadn't gotten back to me on holsters, and so didn't turn out to be the biggest batch I thought I was gonna have. Like I thought I was gonna have, but still a good sized batch. Okay. Move along with this one. This is the triple loop Schofield. The Schofield, the only difference between it and the Colt is I changed this a little bit. There's a little change here on the profile side, but it fits a Colt real good, just like as good as it does a Schofield. So, a little, whoops, not do that. This is one that I almost screwed up on because I was cutting and I cut down into here, but I was able to notch it out and it looked just fine. One nice thing about the skirt is the skirt will save you a lot of headache. You know what? I have been beveling edges and I'll have to go back and do that. Ay, ay, ay. Nixland's in. Thank you, Nixland. Holy Moses, grubbing and tools make my hands cramp. I may not get all these sticks. We're trying to get all the about your car to extend a warranty. Oh. Ugh.
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
Yeah, this leather just got some weird stuff on it too. I think most of it's gonna polish out. It's got this weird rough stuff on it. Polish out. I think it'll be covered up when I oil it and stretch it out. It'll come out there. But yeah, I wasn't real impressed. Ooh, excuse me. I wasn't really impressed with this hide. I wasn't impressed with the last one I got from him, or one of the last ones I got from him. But this one was even less impressive. But It is what it is, I guess. Well, I'm sitting here looking at this stack and it don't seem like it's getting any smaller. Oh crap. That cutter didn't get all the way down in there. Well, might be able to take a sanding disc and sand that in. I better hold off on this one until I get that done. Alright. 1911 holster, which reminds me I need to go kind of strap for this one. All right. Get the circulation going back to the fingers. My God, how many I got? This one I got 5, well, 6. I got 6 left. All right. Another damn train. Somebody's gonna start keeping a time clock on these and see how far apart they are. Sometimes I feel like that old codger in that movie for a few dollars more. Cause a dead gum train, damn pee. Alright, 4 more. And these will just be about, these 2 will be done, ready to go. Okay. plugging along here. I'm gonna have to take a break after I finish this one. Good Lord. Of course, if I was standing up instead of sitting down, this might be going smoother. Those two ready to go. Tell you what, putting pressure on that with my finger, man alive, my finger gets sore. As long as where it feels like it has to crack, but it doesn't want to. I'll give that a break. Let's take a look at the chat here. Nothing new. So anyways, yeah, hours worth of work this morning already. Got the fine-tune cutting done and most of the stitch grooving done. I just need to go and bevel some edges on there. AR, I don't know if you want me to bevel the edges on your two that you got laying here, but if not, whenever you get to working on them, number 4 is what I usually use for and I use a round cut beveler. I got this off Amazon for, I think I paid $20 for it, but it's the only cheap round cut that I could find. All the rest of them you order, like this one's a number 4, but it's a flat cut. It takes a heck of a lot bigger bite. So this number 4 round cut doesn't bite near as bad. Works just fine for these holsters. Gives them just the right curve on that cutting edge, or on that edge. And then for smaller work, I've got a number 3 that I use for knife sheaths and stuff. And then I got a number 2, and the number 2 I basically just use that to kind of take the pencil marks off of the or the pin marks off the toe plugs. Hey Sean, he's doing a little leather working right now. A little pouch hunting bag. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I'm trying to get these done because I want to get this Henry scabbard up here on the table and see if I want to change my mind on how I lay that out. The thing that's giving me pause about working on that Henry is the fact that it you don't have to hand stitch it, and that's going to take a long time. Yeah, I'll put this one will get a big belt loop too, but this is for a number 2 Smith & Wesson tip up. Made one of these for the 11 Bang Bang boys, and then I had somebody ask me for one, and I still have the pattern, so yeah, it's not that noticeable. All right, 2 more. Oh, for crying out loud. Another one of those. Oh yeah, this is Patterson holster, and I see now when I change the light, it's got 2 wrinkles in it, and you can see them there on the chat, but I don't think they'll. I think they'll stretch out once I oil it and fold it over. And I think this one it's going to get a little tooling and then just get an oil finish anyway. Yeah, they should come out when I stretch it over. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Yeah, when I put pressure on it, they go away. So I'll go ahead and stitch groove this one. Then I gotta go look at the picture that for the tooling that they wanted on this one. All right, I gotta do this one here, and I'm not real enthused. I think I'll start right here. Oh, must be a cat outside. Cat or the gas man.
Yes, man. I think. Yeah.
We got a storage tank facility right next to the house. I don't know what's there. It's like 4, 5, 6 big 500-gallon, or it might be, no. They gotta be 1,000-gallon tanks. Maybe even more than that. I know we had an idiot trucker one year. Was unloading, wasn't paying attention to his hoses, and the hose came off, and he dumped 1,000 gallons of gasoline right down the road in front of this house. And then we called the State Patrol, 911. They played it off. He played it off. Oh, it was only a couple hundred gallons. When it was all said and done, measured it out as 1,000 gallons short, and the last we saw of him, he was in the back of a sheriff's car going to the county pen. I remember that day because at that time I was chewing cigars. I wasn't smoking cigars, I was chewing cigars, and I come around the corner of the house with a cigar in my mouth, and I thought the undersheriff was going to shoot me. Oh, I thought he was going to have a panic attack. Oh, here comes Dad. this big. Oh, I gotta, yeah, I'll finish that one up here a little bit. Set that one over there. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out on this one if I want to leave these tabs on or just take them off. Thinking I'm just gonna take them off. Because what they do is you'd punch a hole in there and your strap would go through it. But it's designed with the strap go through the bottom, then it would hang, and then the seam would be down. The one I'm wanting to make would be carried seam up. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and just cut these off. Which I was going to alter the pattern to do that, and I just haven't done it yet. Let's see. I doubt because that's on a curved surface that's going to. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Oh, it'll work down there. Not going to work up here. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave them on. This is one of those parts of that hide that had real bad blemishes. You can see it's got some wrinkles there. Oh, I guess Leroy's got a French curve here. Let me see if there's an edge that lines up. Actually, that right there does. You got a pencil handy?
Pencil?
Yeah, pencil. See if it'll work. Yeah, hell, that'll work just fine. Now if I get it to match up on this side.
Cut two off and fold it over.
Yeah, or what I could do. Alright, so I guess I'm going to commit to cutting that tab off. Now, hopefully these tabs line up. I'm going to try this knife again, but I doubt it'll cut this piece even though it's a little bit softer Herman oak. Funny is my uncle's cuts it okay, and mine doesn't. And they're the exact same knife, but you pick up mine, and mine blade is almost twice as thick as his. So I think it's the thickness is why mine doesn't want to cut where the dang. It'll cut thin stuff. It'll cut edges pretty good, but it will not. Even right there, and see it didn't even go all the way through. It just went through the top grain, which I guess most of the time that's what my razor knife does anyway. Can't quite match up on the curve. Oh well, I can make it work. I don't think this is going to fold over real good, but Yeah, it'll match up just fine. Nothing the sander won't be able to fix. Alright. Let's see if it's straight edge lines up. Actually, I'm going to try this scratch hole on this. That pencil is kind of a light pencil. Oh yeah, yeah, that shows up good. Alright, well, we straightened it out now, and after I straightened it out, I don't like the look of it, but oh well. This will be more aesthetically accurate anyway. So what I'll have to do, and I would have done it anyway on the other side, was I'll have to put a couple straps in here, 2 on each side, and that'll hold the straps that connect to the saddle. But yeah, tell the difference just in the leather between this end up here, super stiff. About the same thickness all the way around. I don't know what notification that was on my phone, but about the same thickness. But you get up here towards the top, and it's not as good. It's a little more blemished. You can see those wrinkles in there, and something going on there. I don't know what's going on that side, but this one's for me, so I'm not too worried about it. If I remember right, I need to. I'll wind up stitching a little bit of this top section here. You know, if I do that, I can do that after I get it together. But yeah, this one's not going to be fun to punch holes and stitch. I can guarantee you that. Definitely have to get some stuff cleaned off this bench before I even try. But I can cut the stitch groove right quick, I guess. All right. All right, I gotta stand up here for a second. My legs are standing up. Read the chats here. Oh, C. Sabater says F.A. Minya is who I copied my rifle scabbard from. Oh, the copper rivets left something was there. Yeah, and the one that I looked at when that my friend had when I was trying to see how to fit and how to make it, that was a Minya. Which Minya is a little bit later. A lot of his stuff is getting close to turn of the century. I don't remember when his stuff kind of gets started going, but I do know a lot of the stuff that you see is turn of the century stuff. It's kind of like R.T. Frazier. A lot of the R.T. Frazier stuff is right around that turn of the century, because that went from like 1890 something to 1920, and before that he was with Denver Saddlery, which I think Gallup. That became Gallup. It's been a while. I need to go back and read all that. But what's funny is I grew up here in Fowler, which is 30 miles from Pueblo, 35 miles, somewhere in there, and share the same name as that R.T. Frazier, and not even related. But yeah, that's one thing that a lot of folks that know history stuff and old saddles always ask me, "Well, you related to that R.T. Frazier?" And it's like, no. But when I get to making saddles, though, I can guarantee it's a genuine Frazier saddle. I actually thought about seeing if I could get his Maker's Mark copied and using it for some stuff, and then making some reproductions of his holsters, because he makes some beautiful holsters. But I don't know if all the legalities and stuff on that, or if somebody already has the rights. I know there's a guy up in Cheyenne that makes copies of these Minya scabbards, and he puts the Minya. He's got a reproduction of the Minya stamp on there, but I don't know. Something I thought about. I've also thought about making one a Maker's Mark stamp with my name on it that looks like his, just with my name on it. But and I've also thought about changing my Maker's Mark stamp and not putting a location on it for historical accuracy purposes, just putting Duke Frazier Maker on there, and then that way you don't have a town or state name on there, and then it doesn't really it won't be as such a problem historically. But anyway, hey Rick, yes, I got a lot of French curves. I just don't know where they're all at. So but anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and shut the chat down here for now, because snow's coming down pretty good, and I need to go take my dogs in. We're already at about 2 inches, and it's still coming down, so I think one forecast said 1 to 2 inches, one said 2 to 4, and we're already at 2, and it's still coming down pretty heavy, so I think we're going to get the 4. But anyway, thank you all for joining on this morning. I may do another one here tonight, do some more tooling on that pistol caddy. Depends on how my shoulder's feeling when we get that far. So anyway, thanks for joining on this morning. Y'all take care. Be safe. Like, share, subscribe. See you on down the trail. Or not see you on down the trail. That's Santees. Keep your powder dry, damn it. All right, catch y'all later.